What's up, beautiful people? This is your girl, MamiSoTrue. So good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, you're welcome to subscribe. Join the community of thrivers. I'm a survivor of narcissistic abuse, and so on my channel, in my community, all I can do is keep it 1000 with you. Keep it all the way 100. We don't do nothing but spill the truth here. Before I move on, again, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you click the like button and like this video. Share the content. Send it to somebody who you know needs to hear this word, because I'm about to give you a word we're gonna preach today. Okay? And lastly, please drop a comment below. I read every single comment, even if I'm not able to respond to it. Trust me, I want to hear from you. Today we're going to discuss the truth about why that narcissist is probably pissed off right now. And they are. Because first of all, they lost you. We'll get back to that. And you may not believe it depending on where you are with this narking situation, but I'm going to tell you like it is. The truth is, their narcissistic mistakes got them somewhere pissed right now, in this moment, in another situationship, mad as HELL. First of all, they never meant to get caught. Narcissists think they're so smart, but we know they're stupid, because it's their smartness that leads to stupidity. It's them thinking they're so smart that makes them lie so much they get caught in their lies. They believe their own lies, and then you realize that it's a lie and you don't believe it, and then you become a problem. I mean, it's their own narcissistic mistakes that get them cut off. Makes you end up dog walking them, treating you poorly and dogging you out. You end up cutting the cord so brutally and severely, they have to go and do it with someone else, do it to someone else, lie to everybody else, really come for you through other people, really spend their time trying to groom someone to be the next you. It's their own narcissistic mistakes that put them right where they are right now today. This person was not expecting for you to really cut this cord and walk away the way that you did. But this narking demon is no match for God. Because when God said it was done, it was over with, drop it, leave them like a bad habit, run for your life, you did it. And it's probably their fault that it came to that point, because they wanted to break you so bad. They kept trying to entrap you so much that they really were designing their own trap, because trapping you and attempting to trap you, it made you pay attention to the truth. You stopped doubting what you already felt. You ended up discovering peace and prioritizing you. And the one thing they never wanted was that. This is why every day there was a problem. This is why all the time there was arguments. This is why nothing you did was satisfying and good enough, because they knew that if you discovered peace, you would understand that you weren't safe with them. And if you tap into safety, you would see that you don't need them and that they are not good for you. They don't want you to discover the truth. And the truth is, you are the prize. The truth is, they are trying to get you in a situation where you can't leave, because they need you to be there. No, man. They need you to be broken. They need you to be willing to be a punching bag. You got to be a soundboard for them. They need you to be available for them to bully you and use you up. They need you to be able to, open your pockets. They need you to just take stuff and never ask no questions. They need you to be down for the narkery, the nonsense. They need you to participate in the clown show. They need you to forget your worth, your value, and your entire identity and make it all about them. They need you to be their slave. They need you to be their fool. And the fool gets mad when you awaken and notice who the real fool is. They're the broken one here. But of course, their job is to make you feel like you are broken. That's why their narcissistic mistakes, trying to make you some broken being, treating you like you are broken, using your past traumas against you, using weaknesses against you, trying to exploit you, it turned and it backfired on them. Because you are not that person to be tried like that. You are not somebody to be used as some object on some lame narcissistic game that they think is chess, and it's not. It's narkers, aka checkers. This ain't chess. The real chess player is you. It's their narcissism, their inability to pay attention and face the truth, their inability to be real is what made you discover how fake they are, how fake they've always been. That's why their tears stopped working on you. That's why the charm stopped working with you. That's why it became clear that this was a narcan demon full of misery, very unhappy, and there was nothing that you could ever do, and there was nothing that you ever did. And then once you left the situationship, oh, everything you're seeing them do now is a sign of how severely pissed off they are. Their narcissistic mistakes made them lose you and have to go and do it again with somebody new or old. Their narcissistic mistakes made them have to reset. They had to learn how to lie better. They had to find somebody who would be easier to manipulate than you were. So yeah, you notice that they're with someone more broken than you. Pay attention. The person they're with now is severely broken. They're nothing like you. They can't be compared to you. The narcissist wanted you to be broken. A new supply is the person the narcissist wanted you to be so bad. But when they got that person, they didn't like them. They don't like them. The new supply really pisses that narcissist off because they know it's not you. And it's hard work. They spent all this time, all these years with you. They're old now. They're wrinkly. The mass cheeks ain't clapping like they used to because they're saggy. And now they have to put up with somebody who has to learn the fake version of them. They're hiding behind this mask and they're working hard to protect it. So they're dealing with things with this new person that they really don't want to deal with. They're putting up with their family. They're taking care of kids they don't want. They're putting on a show because their narcissistic mistake forced them to have to put on a show. This is all they have left. You ain't falling for it no more. You and your kids see right through it. So now they're out here trying to figure it out. And that's a narcissist. That's overwhelming. Trying to figure it out. That means they got to think. That means they got to use their head. And they don't really have no brain in there. They don't have no common sense up there. So every day they're making decisions that's making their life worse. But because they are narcissists, they have to cover that up. So can't nobody really see how miserable they are. But they are miserable. They've made decisions. They've upgraded their life and they can't afford it. They've made decisions. They've settled down and settled in and moved in with somebody they can't stand. That person is funky. They ain't cooking. They not cleaning. This person is clenching their jaw every day, tolerating somebody that they just know they don't want. See, the narcissists fooled themselves when they got with you. That's how delusional they are. This delulu creature tricked themselves to believe that they deserved you, they earned you, they prayed for you. It was all a lie. But when things got real, they realized how authentic you were, how real you are. You're a stand-up man, you're a stand-up guy, you're a woman of your word, a man of your word. You really do love hard. It became overbearing. You were a lot. They didn't know what they were signing up for. So they kept cheating. They kept sneaking around, geeking around behind your back. They kept betraying you. They kept trying to belittle you. They kept trying to criticize you harshly so that your self-esteem will be shot. And eventually, even if it worked, even if they caused some damage, they made you face healing. It's their own narcissistic mistake that made you realize maybe it's time you face your traumas. Maybe it's time you visit your childhood trauma and tap into your inner child and heal her or heal him. It's their narcissistic mistakes that made you go and book a life coaching session or work with a therapist. And you started to heal in ways that you didn't even know you were capable of doing. And trust me when I say they didn't mean to push you that far. They didn't mean to push you far to where you are healing and doing well and discovering peace and thriving in it too. They didn't mean for this to happen. They didn't mean for you to finally look at them and be disgusted with them to the point where you don't want nothing to do with them. They didn't mean that. They didn't mean that. What they meant to do was leave you broken. They thought you really were dumb. They thought you really were weak and needy. Because they made you, they made you react. It's their own narcissistic mistakes that made you figure out that this person was really a broke joke. That's why they're sitting somewhere right now, still broke. Still trying to cover it up, but still broke. Still trying to convince somebody else that they got this bomb life, that they can supply love and that they can pour into someone. They're somewhere pretending with someone else right now, trying so hard to prove to their self and someone else that they have a lot to offer. But based on the mistakes that they've made with you, you've discovered some deep and dark secrets. You ripped the mask off. You see beyond that mask. You know better than anybody else that this person is a whole clown. And it's because of you that they have to try so hard to make it look good for the next person. They made some narcissistic mistakes they cannot ever come back from. You found out some things that they thought they were going to keep hidden forever, but they made a mistake and left trails. They made a mistake and left the messages. They made a mistake and left their back burner phone. They made a mistake and let somebody lead you to the evidence that you needed to see that this person had no good plan for you. They had no good intentions for you. And when they found out that you found out the truth, now they probably turned on you. Now this person's raged like a raging bull. You saw the toddler go nuts. It's their own narcissistic mistake that made them so pissed. You woke up, you started becoming a better parent, and then they started hating you for it. You snapped out of it. You wanted to file that divorce, and they wanted to beat you to it. You snapped out of it and you wanted to leave, and then they started destroying your things. They started calling police on you. They lied to get you in prison. It's their narcissistic mistake that pissed them off, that got them doing the stupid things that they're doing that you are witnessing. This person is battling with shame. Their own narcissistic mistakes is adding to the narcissist that they are, because now there's more shame to hide. See, y'all don't know that narcissists know what they're doing. They're very calculated. The things they do is very intentional. What they never put into their plan is being caught. No one is more pissed off, irritated, annoyed, and even more highly narcissistic than a narcissist who is caught. Come on, you've seen it. You could have all the evidence in the world. You could have it on camera. They're still going to deny, deflect, project. They're going to accuse you of doing it. They're going to say it was not them. That was my twin. I didn't even know I had a twin, but I guess I just found out I had a twin because that looks like me on the camera, but it's not me. You're like, what? Oh yeah, you think I'm stupid. They really think you're stupid, guys, until they around and find out you are not that. You far from dumb. You are far from dumb. Maybe you know how to play stupid, but you ain't that. That's why they're never sorry. They're always pissed that they got caught. A sorry from a narcissist is, I can't believe you caught me. That's why when you accept the sorry, you end up paying for it. It's their own narcissistic mistakes that is forcing many of you to never look back at that clown and that shit show. It's forcing many of you to take your power back and learn your worth and your value and love yourself to the max. It's their own narcissistic mistakes that got them pissed off because you're somewhere truly loving yourself. You're pouring into yourself. You're looking good, man. And they're watching. Their narcissistic mistakes got you going no contact. You got them blocked. So they're creating fake user pages. They're watching you from somebody else's window. They're trying hard to make you jealous. This is because that narcissist is pissed. That's why they still super shocked about how you disconnected like that. They didn't even know you were plotting to move out. They still can't get over the fact that they came home and you were no longer there. They still can't believe that you ain't calling that home anymore. They cannot believe that you really chugged the deuces. Because they swore you was that codependent. They swore you wanted them that bad and needed them that bad. But when that fool started to treat you like you was boring, like you had no value, you became real bored. You packed your suitcase, or maybe you didn't take nothing, and you got the hell on. And they can't believe it. That's why you getting those phone calls. You answering them and ain't nobody there. It's them. You figured out something that they thought they had under control. They thought they were a genius. But they made so many mistakes that they revealed themselves to be a complete fool. This is a moron that you now see. You see the idiot for what it is. So it's not in you to keep forgiving and forgetting. They got to live with the fact that they've abandoned their own children. It's their own narcissistic mistakes that got them somewhere, really trying to cover up what they're really feeling, which is like a loser, like a lame. A lot of narcissists know they've lost. They know they're a loser, and it's because of you. They know what they lost, but they got to spend the rest of their life trying to act like they don't know it, or like it's not affecting them. But every decision they're making after you shows for it. The desperation to be in love with someone they don't know. The thirstiness to make sure you see pictures and they're not even happy. You can see the fake smiles. You can sense the energy. You can tell they're just trying to compete, and they're just trying to make you jealous, or they're just trying to trigger you, or they're just hoping to get somebody's attention. Even though they're posting the pictures and they're hoping you see it, they're mad when you ain't seeing it. They're mad you ain't calling and crying about it. They're mad that they're not hearing about your reaction, because you know that behind those pictures is a pathetic loser. You know the intentions of the pictures too, because you've been there, done that. They already done made these mistakes, and you know this person was probably already cheating with this supply they now have. They already been grooming this fool. So you see right through the clown show. And that got them pissed. Because trying to trigger you from a distance ain't even working. You still not budging. You're still healing. You're still focused on healing. You're still choosing to heal. You're still saying, I'm not looking back there. Even if I'm hurting, I'm a silently hurt. I'm a hurt by my lonely. You ain't gonna hear me, being all frustrated and down and sad about it. I'm gonna cry that shit out. And I'm gonna be all right. And that is pissing them off. That means you're strong. You're so strong, you don't want nothing to do with them. You're so strong, you're unbothered by their fake new life. Damn. Oh, that's a narcissistic injury they'll never come back from, because you are unbothered, and that hurts. That hurts this person who conditioned you to be bothered, even by the littlest things. They had you tripping and had you flipping out and had you angry and sad and crying all the time. And now you just don't care. Damn. They are pissed. But that's their own narcissistic fault for making all these foolish mistakes, thinking they were so smart, but turns out they're very stupid, and you figured it out. It's their narcissistic mistake that got them somewhere quiet. They're ducked off. You're not hearing nothing. Yeah, because they got some work to do. They need to create a life that's going to block and distract the fact that they're not taking accountability for what they did to you, how they left you, what they did to their children. They're somewhere raising and taking care of somebody else's kids, but couldn't take care of the ones they had with you. So they're quiet. They don't have nothing to say, because there's nothing to say. They're somewhere thriving in shame. They're somewhere drowning in dysfunction. They're somewhere caught up in more chaos. They're somewhere having more nightmares. Them demons are torturing them every day. Every time they close their eyes, they see your face. They see those kids' face. They see everything that they walked away from because they lost it all. They lost it all. Now they're fighting hard to try to get it back. Life is tough for a narc. It's a lot of pretending. It's a lot of acting. Some of them enjoy it, but all of them are exhausted from it. That's why they're always moody, mad, because they got a lot of lies sitting in their brainless heads. They got a lot of acting they got to put on. They got to remember the last 10 lies. Keep up with more lies. They got to pretend they're happy when they're not. They're crying and dying inside, bleeding inside, because they know they just settled for roaches when they had a 5-star, lifestyle with you. They downgraded from having the best of the best to faking it, because they done downgraded so badly, man. It's not good at home for them. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Join the conversation on today. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you're new here. Until next time, beautiful people, y'all keep thriving. Stay true and stay blessed. Until next time. Bye.